I'm going to give it to you just off the rip. Like, I ain't going to hold you. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to be straight stone cold raw with you. Let me tell you something. I gained knowledge of self when I was, about 20, 21 years old. Never forget it. You understand? I was a confused kid. No lie. Low self-esteem. Father wasn't there. No father figure. Role model in the house. So guess what? I ran into the streets as usual. What a normal kid would do. And as fast as I ran into the streets, it's as fast as I ran out of it, because I found out one thing while I was in the streets, is that the streets are not for me. That plain and simple. Yeah, I experimented just like any kid or young adult would do. You know what I'm saying? Experiment with sex, drugs, violence, I mean, you name it. And I just realized real quick, it didn't take me long. It didn't take me I didn't have to do a long jail bid. I didn't have to appear in front of a judge. I didn't have to catch some type of how can I call it? Some detrimental disease where it's a possibility that I may die in the next 30, 40 days. No. I'm the type of learner that learns from other people's mistakes. And when I got out there in those streets and I saw reality and right in front of my face, I said, oh, hell no, this ain't for me. Plain and simple. So I took my ass, you know what I'm saying, to college and did the so-called middle class thing, you know? Went to college, you know, trying to, you know, go out there, get a nice job, you know, all of that shit. And I'm going to tell you something else that comes with the middle class territory. It's, for some odd reason, the middle class feels as though, and I'll say at least the black middle class, we feel as though, well, I say they feel as though that just because they made a little bit of money, you know, they're in the middle. They're not poor, they're not rich. Just because they made a little bit of money, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers want to be a little bit of conscious, you know what I'm saying? So niggas want to go around, you know, spitting that knowledge of self shit. And I can tell you, from years of spitting that knowledge shit, from years of being in the conscious community, for years telling this slut, this broad that's been sucking and fucking and tricking for the last 20 years that you a goddess, that you need to wake up, that you're asleep. I can tell you that all that shit that I was saying, I was spitting, was to no avail. That at the end of the day, this is my word, black people gonna do what the fuck they want to do regardless. Straight up. And I can tell you, I'm being real. I'm not mad, I'm not upset, I'm not angry or none of that. I'm just being real. The last couple of years of my life were wasted. Straight up. At one point in time, I had a divine love and affection for my own people, to the point where I joined a cult. I joined a black cult thinking, well, I was under the impression that this was an organization, and later on I found out that it was a cult. So while I was under the impression thinking that, oh, yo, this is a black organization, it's helping out the people, you know what I'm saying? It's trying to change the state of mind of black people and this, that, and so forth. Oh yeah, this is great. I'm gonna be a member so I can help people. So I can be part of the solution and not part of the problem. And I'm telling you, throughout all those years, I'm telling you, while I was a Nubian, a cult member, we ain't help out nobody but Dr. Malachi York himself. Just that plain and simple. What I'm trying to tell you, you all out there, I'm just being real. I got 3 channels. I just put out my new channel, my 3rd channel called Greedy Langston. For those that are interested, please subscribe to the channel. I'll leave the link in the comment section of this video. Just push the link and it'll take you straight to my channel. The channel will officially launch September the 1st. But for now, the channel is up. There's a video up there, but it won't come on until September the 1st. So get over there, subscribe to the new channel, and we're going to rock and roll. I'm just being real with you. For those that want to hear the truth, I'm going to make it available for people to hear the truth. For those that don't want to hear it, you don't have to hear it. Because I ain't going to spit that knowledge shit anymore. You understand? I'm just not. I'm not about fucking saving no one with the exception of my family and people that think like me. Notice I said think like me. I didn't say look like me. I said think like me. A-alikes. Because we not over here judging people based on the color of their skin or lack of. That plain and simple. But I'm just being real with you. I'm not here to save nobody. I grew up all my life with this Jesus Messiah type mentality. That one man can save it all. And that's far from the Father's truth. Straight up. And even if I could save us blacks, I wouldn't. I wouldn't make that sacrifice for you all, because that sacrifice wouldn't be made for me. Just think about this shit. Think about Malcolm and Martin. Look at Malcolm X. Both of them died for the love of their families, not their immediate families. Why? Because Martin Luther King and Malcolm X wasn't hardly home to take care of their loved ones. Why were they always out and about and never at home? It's because they were more concerned. I'll put it to you like this. They were married to the mission. Yep. They were dedicated to the people, but the people weren't dedicated to them. Where were the bodyguards at? And if you say that Malcolm X, he said, he told people, he gave an order, to not have security. Well, guess what? That man is out of his mind. And the person that listened to him was as well. Because had it been me, I would have told Malcolm, yo, you are an asset to the black race. We cannot afford to lose you. But guess what? They shot that man, killed him in front of his children. All for what? Majority of black people don't know who Malcolm X is, and neither do they care to know. All for what? The only reason why we go shit crazy for Dr. Martin Luther King, and he got a holiday out there for, a paid holiday at that. The reason why is because white people loved his ideology. And his ideology was non-violent. And I have a dream. And dreams can come true. And then on the other end, doesn't necessarily have to come true. That a dream can be just what it is. Just a dream. Nah. I'm done. I've seen where my ancestors have gone wrong by making sacrifices to a race of people that don't deserve for anyone at that to die on the motherfucking cross, let alone me. I know how niggas are. I know how niggas can be, how niggas are and can be, and will be. You want to know why? Because I used to be a nigga. So all of that shit about some, the knowledge and the this and the that, yo, you don't have to worry about me kicking that shit to you niggas anymore. Straight up. It's just real. This is real talk. I know niggas are gonna be niggas. And one thing that I know about niggas, that no matter what you tell them, niggas ain't never gonna change. It's just that plain and simple. And I'll admit it. You know what I'm saying? This is my Usher confessions and shit. You know what I'm saying? Or out of all these years, man, I've been busting my ass for black people, and I ain't got shit in return. That's the truth. And for those that are sit back and say, well, man, I ain't never heard of you. I ain't never seen you before. And da-da-da-da-da. Just because you never seen me putting in any type of work, that doesn't mean that I haven't put in any work. That doesn't mean that I haven't been putting any work in. Just because you don't know me. I'm telling you. I put my motherfucking life, my neck on the line for some of these niggas. Some of these black folks. And I've never gotten anything in return. Never. Straight up. The only thing I got is memories, man. Of being in the cult. Of going out tableaking, because that's what we used to do. You know what I'm saying? We go out and put out a table, put books on it. You know what I'm saying? And you know, all of the books was authored by Dr. Malachi York. And, you know, the best sellers were, you know, Are There Three Jesuses? Is Jesus God? Is God an extraterrestrial? What's the other one? There's a couple other ones. Is God a wimp? Does God need money? It was always like the best sellers were always the religious books. And it's just crazy. Like I really got tired of going out there talking to black folks, man. Especially trying to prove to them that Jesus was black. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? Like, what it depicts in, what is it? Revelation chapter 1, verse 14 through 15, where it says that Jesus had lamb feet like burnt brass, eyes like famous fire, and feet like, hold on. What is it? Eyes like famous, hair like famous fire. No. Hair like lamb's wool, eyes is famous fire, and feet was burnt as if it was in a furnace or some shit like that. Feet like burnt brass. Y'all know it. You understand? So we had a difficult time just explaining to black people that based on the biblical explanation on how Jesus looked in Revelations, I would think that he's black. But black people would argue us down. No, Jesus is white. And if they didn't say Jesus was white, they would say that he was multicolored or some type of different color. And it's crazy to me, man. It's just crazy. I'm so glad that I stopped going out there, you know, talking to black folks about black history and religion and all of that shit, man. It's just a waste of time, man. One thing that I realized, I mean, I carry this code with me everywhere, but specifically in the black community, one thing that I realized about black people is two things that you don't bring up. Because black people take that shit to heart. That's politics and religion. Straight up. So yeah, man, I'm the first one to admit it. On YouTube, as a black man, I ain't kicking no knowledge no more. Fuck that. I'm not gonna sit here and look like a fucking idiot. And I know what y'all gonna say in the comment section. Well, Langston, you did this and that. Folks, let me tell you something. I've been on this planet for a long time, man. And what I'm saying to you, it may sound like I'm hating. It may sound like I hate black people. It may sound like I don't want to see black people achieve or get ahead in life. It may sound like I'm sleeping with the enemy. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the enemy side. It may sound like I'm a fucking agent. It's none of that. I'm just being real with you. I'm just tired of wasting my motherfucking breath and time when talking to a bunch of niggas. And they always say the same dumb shit. Oh, you trying to kick that knowledge? No, nigga, I just want to tell you something for your own good. Maybe it's a possibility that if I tell you that, you know, we were Egyptians and we built the pyramids and shit, that maybe that may be like set off a spark in your mind that allows you to say in your mind, you know what, if the Egyptians were black and they were able to do what they did, then I can do all things. All I want you to do is live up to your fullest potential while you're telling me to run my shit. Like, that shit is crazy to me. I'm here for your best interest. While you're telling me to run my shit, I'm helping you. While you're taking shit from me. Yeah, man, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit, man. Straight up. Niggas gonna be niggas, and it's just that plain and simple. Let me say this, and then I'm done. This is my words. This is what I realize about black people, man. Well, overall, this is what I realize about our society. That things are the way that they are because they're supposed to be. Straight up. If black people want to change, guess what? There'll be change. If overall people wanted change and equality for black people, there would be change and equality for black people. So, why am I fucking yelling to the top of my lungs as if I'm a fucking Hebrew Israelite? Nah, fuck that. Fuck all that bullshit. I don't agree with the Hebrew Israelites anyway, especially when it comes to them saying all white people are the devil. You could say all white men are the devil, but when it comes to white pussy, that's something different. Yeah, I said it. Yeah. That's something different. I don't know about white. What? Two W's? I don't know about white, wet ass pussy. I don't know about that being the devil. But yeah, man, I'm done. I'm done. Ain't no benefits to that shit. I ain't get no paycheck. I never got a paycheck from fucking goddamn when I was in the conscious community or whether I was in the Dr. York's cult shit. There's nothing. What I'm saying to you all is there's no rewards behind that shit. And for someone to say, well, you shouldn't be rewarded, that should be an obligation that you help your own race. Well, goddamn it, I'll agree to a certain extent. If it's the other way around. So when it's time that I need help, and when it's time when I need someone to do something for me, or when I need someone in general, I should be able to call on the black race. And the black race shouldn't be able to say shit. They should just do. They shouldn't ask for no gratitude or nothing. Why? Because this is the same thing that you all are asking for me. That I should be obligated to help my people out. Well, guess what? You all should be obligated to help me out. That plain and simple. One hand scratches the other. That plain and simple, man. We help one another out. And this is what I'm saying. And then I'm gonna end it. The reason why I don't want to help black people out anymore is because they don't even want to help their own fucking selves out.